Hello everyone, I'm Matt and welcome to Devlog 14, wow, of the Feathered Serpent. I did not think I would make it 14 devlogs in. I don't have a whole lot to show this week. Obviously, I'm still just trying to figure out Kickstarter things. I was way in over my head. I thought it'd be a lot simpler, but I've been grinding away. Let me go ahead and just pull up some fun things that I can show you though. Okay, so right off the bat here, this bug still exists. I did fix it or figure out kind of what happened. As you see here, I jump ahead and fixed it. So this is the remade desert area. I didn't like the hills that were there last time. They kind of looked really weird and out of place. So I really like these new hills. They're still very placeholder. I whipped them up really fast. But I just kind of wanted to get a feel for it and see kind of how it was looking. Now here's a combo. So we have popcorn, which I updated the sprites for the popcorn so that they look a little more detailed. They're a little darker. And for the poison popcorn, I changed it so it's not so bright green. It's more of a, it's green, but you can still see some of those details. That was actually something that my good friend Critch helped me out with. He's like, bro, you got to change it. It looks so gross. And you know what? He was right. After I put my pride aside, he was definitely right. Here's the temple area. Honestly, it's pretty bugged, as you can see here. Not a whole lot has been changed with it, and this is like so placeholdery. Like I don't even want to think about it. Like everything about that temple area is not gonna be the same. Like the tiles, the enemies, like those tiki dudes aren't gonna be there. Like there's just so much about it. Like I literally just whipped it up so I could have something there for my Kickstarter. Moving forward though, let's see what I feature next. I was thinking about switching colors around in my game again, but eh. So here, as an update with the whole hue shifting with the poison, the fire looks a little better. I don't like it, but it definitely looks better than what it was before, and it gets the point across. The other alternative is custom designing green fire sprites and like custom sprites for everything, which could be something I could do in the future, but for now, definitely not going to put my time and energy into that. Just because it's, there's just, it's like so little in comparison to all the stuff that I do have to get done. It's like, why would I nitpick about that? And then I do believe that that's it. I think I was just playing around some more. So enjoy some gameplay. I kind of rant a little more. In regards to the Kickstarter, it's like 90% done. I just need to, there's me. There's a big me. Interesting. In regards to the Kickstarter, it's like really almost there. Here's the updated thumbnail art for the Kickstarter. Still heavy work in progress. This dude right here, he's going to be an outline. It's like a silhouette. And we're going to do some cool stuff with that. Make it so, I don't know. It'll just look better. It'll be something more more dark like that of him standing there, maybe holding his thing. And I'm really loving how it's turning out. It's being drawn by my girlfriend Ivana, and she's freaking talented. This is her first time using Photoshop, by the way. And I really like the details here. This is a low-res image. The real image is higher quality, but like look at this freaking like all of that. It looks cool. So I have to wait for this thumbnail to be done, and then I can put it up on the Kickstarter and wait for it to get reviewed. Another thing that I've really been stressing about is the title for my game. And this is where all of you who are watching can totally come into play and help me out. On top of suggesting things for my game, which I appreciate, I implement most of them. Most of the ideas or corrections or things that you guys see. I was trying to figure out the title. This is what the title was before. And actually, let me see if I can pull up the original title. There we go. Ripped it off the thumbnail of my last video. So here was the original title that I was kind of going with. Very blocky, very basic and simple. Then it turned into this. I was going for like a more like brick kind of thing, more mine on the bottom. I like this bottom design a lot. And I like the idea of colorizing a little. I tried to add on like feathers, but they kind of just look like weird spikes. I still hated it. Honestly, I did not like it. So I went into a website that I use a lot called the Cool Text Generator, cooltext.com. And it just has a lot of like pre-built stuff. And I was like, okay, what's a cool one? So it was like the Neverwinter font, if you guys are fans of D&D. And I typed in, the Feathered Serpent, see how it would look. And I was like, okay, there's some things I like about it, some things I don't. The problem was I didn't like my blocky letters. So I tried changing them around. So this was kind of like my first attempt to try and switch some of those blocky letters around. All of these are still blocky, but this, I started like, I think I got all of these done. And there are a couple things I did like about this, a couple things I didn't like. It's too messy, for sure. And not like messy isn't, because you can be messy, but it's just every letter has too many things going on with it, right? Like there's no consistency. And so that's something I didn't really like. So we started switching things around. I tried, this was my next iteration, putting the serpent on the bottom, the feathered serpent. Makes it nicer to stick on things, nicer for a title, doesn't have to stretch across so far. And then I was like, okay, and I changed the serpent here, as you can see. I liked this feel to the serpent. Then it got iterated into this. Still just block letters here, just trying to figure out the serpent. And then that changed into this, the feathered serpent, and I had his tail going all the way back. I really like this one. I really do. I think it's eye-catching, memorable. However, I do not like the block letters. And there's a couple things that, like, this A is a little higher. The H is mismatched on purpose, mind you, but I didn't really like it. So this is the latest iteration. I kind of just went with this whole idea of like, well, let's make all the letters like messy and hand-drawn. Honestly, it's not going to be this. This is not it. But it is a lot better than, well, I'm still feeling it out, right? This was one idea I had. I like the serpent a lot. The letters I kind of like. Like, it definitely has its feel, but I don't think it's what I'm going to be going for with my game. So now it just comes down to what the heck am I going to do with my letters? Like, what kind of letters am I going to use? What kind of font am I going to use? And this single issue has taken me so much time that I cannot believe it. Like, how do I want the title to my game? I was like, oh, this will be easy. It's not easy. It's not freaking easy. And then while I rant here, I'll just pull this up so you guys can look at something cool. Boom, suddenly I'm over here to the right. Okay, whatever. There. So, anyways, I spent a lot of time, like, correcting all the GIFs on my Kickstarter, trying to make it look nice. This is a graphic that's going to be featured on my Kickstarter. They tell you to, like, prepare a lot of things beforehand, like tweeting out GIFs and having your stretch goals ready and having, like, oh, we're 20% funded, GIFs ready and all this stuff, and I totally agree. And it's one thing I want to really push for this week is doing GIFs, and I also I'm just waiting on the thumbnail to be done, but I'm also really going to focus on getting a playable demo of the game that features a lot of the areas that you see, which I totally have the confidence I can do. It's just a matter of like shaping it up and fixing it right now, which I've been working on. A lot of it still is just like little bug fixes, like spawning in the ground, or the backgrounds aren't working properly. And believe it or not, those two issues take like 12 hours to fix. Like, oh, why the freak are my backgrounds like not properly parallaxing and they don't properly work, and sometimes they spawn way weirdly, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So there's still like a lot to be done for sure. But I want to get that done, and I'm aiming at Wednesday of this week. I'm sorry. I released a Kickstarter update video, but like it did not do nearly as well as these actual devlogs. So I was like, yeah, I'll just make a devlog, even though I don't have a whole lot to show off. I'm also planning on doing a live stream when I release a Kickstarter, and I'm gonna have a couple fun events. I'm gonna be handing out like free game keys essentially for anyone who can beat the demo and fun stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And really, that's it. I'm sorry. That's all I got to show. People told me, like, oh, just do a devlog, like, once every month or once every 2 weeks. And it's like, yeah, I get it. But also, like, if I'm not being lazy, I definitely have enough to show off every week. So, yeah, I just got to kick it into gear. Anyways, let's end this video here. Huge shout out to my Patreons. We got a new one. So, huge shout out to, we have Ethan and Haley Critchfield. I cannot see your names. There you go. Oh, you guys can't see them either. I'm silly. Boom. Boom. Nope. Boom. There we go. There we go. We'll just create a new thing here. Yeah, honestly, if you guys want to support me, Patreon really helps out. Literally everything helps, and I appreciate all of it. We have Ethan, and Haley Critchfield. Gotta make this smaller. We have Thomas O. We have Aldo Chipana. Thanks to all of you who support me. It may not seem like much, but it is, and it makes me happy, and it motivates me. Boom! So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks for the support on all of this series. Like, honestly, I don't think I would have made it this far without the feedback and the support of so many people, and just like seeing my videos get views and likes. Like, it really motivates me. So you guys are awesome. Thank you all for... Actually, you know what? Maybe I should check my Patreon and make sure no one else did it. Hey, yo, good thing I did. Turns out I can actually, instead of typing this out every week, I can just do this. It just gives me a list. Look at how convenient that is. So thank you to all my patrons. If you want to be a supporter, go for it. There's a tier for only $1, and even that supports me at www.patreon.com/tsundown. Thanks, everyone. Please stay tuned for the Kickstarter and a lot of updates. Follow my Twitter if you want to get the most live and like the most content updates. I post freaking so much stuff on there. Also, my Discord, I tend to kind of post like before and afters there. Like, here's a good example. Let me pull it up here. Perfect. Right here is a great example of my Discord. I posted the difference between the super fluorescent green popcorn and the normal green popcorn, or the new updated green popcorn. I also posted the before and after of these two. As you can see, the old hills looked like trash and the new ones look pretty freaking good. So yeah, if you want to see cool stuff like that, I do post that to my Discord. It's a lot more like, I guess, design and game focused, and my Twitter is more like showy offy. Because I mean, I didn't post this comparison on Twitter. Anyways, thanks everyone. I'm gonna end it here. I love all of you guys. Thank you for the support. Let me know what you want to see in my game. Okay. Goodbye.